And I actually asked her, I'm like, look, forget that this is a business transaction, just woman to woman. Is this okay? Like, would you be okay if this happened to you? And she's like, look, nothing we can do. You can pay the $800 or like shrugged her shoulders.
We are talking about hair again today. Yes, we have lots of drama with salons. Hair in general. Listen, hair is very important. You're having a bad hair day, you don't feel great. Someone fucks up your hair, you don't feel great. This is Ayan, and she went viral for her story time about her experiences at Hair Queen LA, which is, I'm assuming is a salon.
What would you do if you went to a salon and a stylist bleached your hair without your consent? Yesterday, I was here in LA and I went to this salon.
Wait, bleached your hair without bleaching someone's hair is quite a big deal. You don't just randomly bleach someone's hair without discussing it. It can make your hair crispy, crunchy, potentially fall out.
I've been here many times before and I had a fine experience, but this time I was going in for tape-ins. I went into the salon and we started looking at different hair textures and all these different things. And they said, okay, yeah, you're a good candidate for the tape-ins. I wanted to do a little bit of a longer tape-in. I said, cool. So we started to get into the plan of it all. My hair is like a dark, ashier brown, and usually bundles are a natural black. So what I have done in the past with these professional stylists is we just put like a little gloss over my hair. It's a semi-permanent natural black gloss. It washes off in like 8 to 10 washes. It's semi-permanent. Let me just preface all of this by saying my hair is already extremely fragile. I've been trying to grow it back for the past 3 years, and the past 6 months have been so good for me. It's starting to grow. It's starting to get stronger. I've been doing my oil treatments. Like at this
Listen, we know her hair's gonna get fucked up. So hearing this, how much she was loving her hair, how she's been on a journey with her hair, and knowing that someone's going to ruin it is giving me butterflies.
I'm really starting to feel a little bit more confident in my hair. And even literally days ago, started telling my friend, oh my gosh, maybe in a couple months I can start wearing my hair out naturally again. So I just want to say that to give a little bit of context of where I am mentally right now. Anyways, I wanted a super versatile blowout look with the tape-ins. Everything was fine. And I prefaced, semi-permanent, just a gloss, like a little glossy over my hair. And the thing is, I asked for that because I've gotten that in the past before. Usually I go in the bowl, it's like a 5-minute thing. She just puts the color in my hair. I sit for 5 minutes. It's not supposed to stay on long, whatever. And I knew that this is what I needed because again, I've had tape-ins before and this is what we did.
Nice.
So she agreed. She was like, yeah, okay, I'm just gonna put a little bit of color on top. We're not gonna leave it on for more than 15 minutes. I said, okay, cool. I was working, I had things to submit, so I kind of just disassociated. I sat in the chair for about 25 to 30 minutes and she never came and checked on me once. Now, if you're putting color in someone's hair, I feel like you need to be like checking and making sure everything's okay. Also,
that is what you do. So when you put color in someone's hair, I worked in salons before. They have the foils, or they're just looking at it. They part it and they look through at the roots and everything like that, especially when they are doing roots. You check on it. You don't just leave and come. You don't set a time and leave. You know what I mean?
So now that I think about it, she didn't even do a test strand, like just slapped it into my hair. So the stylist finally comes back after about 30 minutes and says, okay, like it's time to wash it out. As we get to the bowl, I'm realizing that my scalp is starting to burn a little bit and it hurts. And I'm kind of like, but again, I trust the process. She starts washing it out. It starts feeling a little bit better. Now,
always say something. If something does not feel right during a treatment of any kind, say something.
After she washed it out, there was like a little bit of a silence or like a hesitancy as she was like touching my hair. And right away, my spidey senses are like, hold on for a second. Like, what's going on?
Right.
So she says, I'll be right back. She goes to the back room and comes out with another container of dye. And I look at her, I'm like, why are we dyeing it again? In my head, I'm like, my hair can't handle this process. Like, it should take 5 minutes and we should already be on the styling of it all. She goes, oh, I just need to touch it up a little bit. I'm like, touch it up? It shouldn't take that long to get my hair darker. And she said, oh, just some parts need a little bit extra darkness. Mind you, there's no mirror in front of where this wash station is, so I don't know what's going on. She's like, just put your head back and relax. Put your head back and relax. Girl, there's no relaxing right now because now I'm concerned. Also, my hair starts burning again. Like my scalp starts burning again. And I'm like, hey, sorry, is there something, is there something going on because my scalp is burning? This lady tries to gaslight me and she goes, it's because your scalp is weak. It's because your scalp is sensitive. And I'm like, well, no, I've never really had this issue before.
Yeah, she says she's had this kind of color situation before, or she colors her hair with a semi-permanent color, and it's never burnt before. She's no stranger to color. Perhaps she's a stranger to bleach.
Like, it's burning, it hurts. She goes, okay, let me just wash everything out again. So she washes it out. She's like, is that better? I'm like, yeah, it feels better after she washed it out. So she's like, okay, let's go back to the chair. Guys, I walk over to the chair. I sit down. I kid you not, I look up. This was my face.
No test strand, no skin patch test, nothing like that? That you have to do that. You have to do a strand test or a patch test to make sure that the bleach is going to be okay in your hair or on your head or on your skin. And she just left her unattended, touching up near black hair. Sorry, your dyeing dark hair darker has gone patchy. And then you're telling her she has a weak scalp because the product you put on her has been burning her head. When she's said to you, this is my experience before, what I'm getting is this person does not know what they are doing, full stop. And that's clear from when they were like, I'll be right back, and then went out the back and came back with more bleach.
My hair was orange, brown, black, all over, it just brittle, like dry. I don't know. I literally looked at her and I said, did you put bleach in my hair? She goes, oh, no, it was peroxide. It wasn't bleach. Now, I'm not a chemist, but like, I know that peroxide is not, that's bleach. So I said to her, why is my hair lighter in parts? And
why do you need to bleach someone's hair to make it darker? Would be my question. Like a shade, not even a shade, a touch darker.
Patches than when I came in. She said, oh, it's because it's hot in the salon and it lifted more than your roots lifted more than your ends. I looked at her again. I said, what do you mean? Because now I'm confused. I'm like, what do you mean lifted? Why are we lifting my hair? We just wanted to put a soft, dark color, brown, natural black gloss on it. Why did it have to be lifted? Like the word lifted just shook me. And she was like, oh, no. Like, it's just because of the heat in the salon. The heat in the salon.
That makes no sense. So if I wanted to dye my hair blonde, right? I see white. Then we may sit there with, you were trying to lift the color. So when you go to dye it the final color, or color it the final color, it looks like that shade. Otherwise, if you put like blonde straight on me, it's not going to be blonde, right? That's why you would make the hair lighter in the first place. However, if you are going to make my hair pitch black, which it pretty much is, you don't need to lighten this to make it darker.
I said, can you show me the box that you used? She
said,
okay. She went to the back. Guys, she shows me the box. It says 6N something blonde permanent. I looked at her and I was like, ma'am, it literally says permanent on it. And why does it say blonde? We need it to go darker. She immediately realized that she had messed up, but she didn't want to admit it. So she's like, let me just go get my manager really quick. I'm like, okay. She goes and gets the manager. So the store manager comes and looks at my hair. Immediately, I know that he knows that something's wrong, but he's not going to say anything, right? Because they want to like cover their butt. You have to.
Listen, if you are a professional and you're changing the way someone looks, whether it be makeup, hair, skin, cosmetic surgery, you can admit to your mistake and say, I made this mistake, but I'm a professional. This is how we are going to fix it. As long as you have, this is how we are going to fix it, and there is a fix, we're good. Refund the money, explain this is how, give her a treatment shampoo, something that will look after her hair now that you've essentially fucked it up. Recover from it, being the professional.
So he was like, oh, it's because the salon is warm in here and
why do they keep saying this?
Lifted. I said to him, slow down for a second.
Stop.
I specifically asked for a semi-permanent dark gloss wash. I don't know why we keep using the word lifted. There was nothing to lift. Like she bleached my hair. And then he starts trying to gaslight me saying, no, this is the hair color of the bundles. She had to lift it and do all this stuff. And I'm like, guys, stop with the BS now. Like, just be honest. My hair was already dark. Why would we go lighter for a bundle that is darker than my hair? So he go back and forth for like 10 minutes. And at this point, I'm just so flustered. Just started to get really, really sad. Like, I'm not a confrontational person. When I get into situations like this, I just break down. So I just felt tears coming down from my eyes because I'm just thinking about all the work that I have put in over the past 3 years to get my hair to a healthy and strong enough place to be able to do a leave out, to be able to do tape-ins and have my hair out naturally. Like, it's been such a journey. So tears just start coming down from my eyes. And I'm just calmly like, look, like, this is me. I had nothing to say. I was just flustered. So he said, okay, let me talk to the manager of the store manager, the higher person, and see what we can do. He goes and talks to the lady.
Who are we talking to now? A supervisor. Get the manager. Otherwise, that person's just got their friend and be like, I really fucked up. Can you pretend to be the manager? I did that once, my friend, when I worked retail.
The lady comes over to me and she's like, okay, can we talk there in the corner? Like, can we go over somewhere else? Because other women in the salon were getting their hair done. And I guess she didn't want to like admit that they made a mistake in front of the other ladies. Fine. I get up and I go to the side and I talk to her. This lady proceeds to tell me, well, there's nothing that we can do. All we can really do is dye it back to a black color and then put the tapings back in. I looked at her, I said, are you not understanding what's just happened? The integrity of my hair is gone. Like,
I mean, are you kind of better off at this point being like, you know what, I'm going to leave henna? Is henna an option in this situation? The stylist just seems like they don't know what they're doing. The manager or the supervisor or whatever just seems to be on the side of it. Here's the thing. I feel like when you're in a salon, as a manager, you should be in like a teachable, and in any situation, a teachable position, right? So if one of your staff members fucks up, you can then teach them how to handle that without lying and gaslighting your customer, you know? Because what if they want to be in management one day? Also, don't try and cover it up. You've given her the product you've used, which is essentially bleach. Her hair is many different colours. What's going on? Why are you acting like nothing has happened and be like, oh yeah, the salon's hot?
Talking about the industry as a whole, but to those stylists and salon owners and salon workers that have zero respect, lack professionalism, and don't take accountability, please remember that we are going to you with our hard-earned money and we are trusting you with our identity. Please start acting accordingly. I can't make this up. I literally just finished recording this video and this is the message that I just received from them. Yes, I will absolutely be leaving a review.
Oh no, it's one of those automated message. Hair Queen LA, we would really appreciate if you left us a review on your recent purchase at Hair Queen LA. Email us with a screenshot of a review to get a $50 credit on your next purchase. So she's responding to a comment here. So did they charge you anything, or they better had given you a big credit to compensate for damages?
What happened? I think the video got cut off. It didn't show this part that I was talking about. But when I was going back and forth with the manager, I was like, look, like I cannot leave this alone like this. Like this is just not okay.
Yeah.
I need something else. I can't leave like this. And she was like, oh, well, you know, you could do a wig or something. You can throw a wig on it. And
imagine going into a salon to get tape-ins, right? And they mess up so much that their conclusion, their way to deal with how much they've messed up is to say, we'll throw a wig on it. The last thing you want to do is to go into a hair salon, unless you're getting a wig fitted, for something and then walk out because a mistake was made so badly that the only way to cover it and fix it is to shove a wig on your head. Regardless if you wear wigs usually or have worn wigs before, that is not what you went in for.
I said, okay, because at this point, I'm like, I literally can't leave like this. I look ridiculous. So I was like, okay, if I do a wig, are you guys going to comp that? Because you effed up my hair. And she goes, no, we can't. You'd have to pay additional. I said, additional? Why would I have to pay additional? We go back and forth. She says, okay, I can give you 10% off. I asked her how much would it be total with the 10% off. She starts clicking on her iPad to try and like figure out the cost of it. She turns the iPad around to me and it says $800.
No.
$800. And it's not even just the cost of it all. It's just the last.
Sorry, didn't mean to interrupt her saying what she feels, but just before that, you are going to pay an extra $800 because of the salon's mistake. They are like $800, please. That's nearly $1,000.
Lack of compassion. And I actually asked her, I'm like, look, forget that this is a business transaction, just woman to woman. Is this okay? Like, would you be okay if this happened to you? And she's like, look, nothing we can do. You can pay the $800 or like shrugged her shoulders. So at that point, that's when I left. So right now I'm just, obviously you guys can see, I went to someone else and just threw a wig on because the hair, it's just bad. But I will say, if my hair does not come back to its state or even just like a solid state where I can like do anything with it, I'm going to have to do something because it's just not okay.
Saying to a client, because you messed up the hair, suggesting a wig is absolute insanity after you've wrecked the hair. Even more so when you're charging her for it. Insane. Absolutely insane. I would have offered, as the salon manager, a treatment, something. What can we do to get this client as close to the result that they wanted when they walked through this door? Okay, maybe you can't do it today. Let's book you in for a month's time, just so we can make sure that the hair is being looked after. And then we'll do this treatment and color it. Give her the next few appointments, the rest of this journey with this hair color, and you fixing it free of charge. You fucked it up. You fucked it up. It's like a builder, right, coming to my house, bulldozing half of it, and then being like, ugh, I guess you could pay me to rebuild it. You're the one who messed it up in the first place. That is money I shouldn't have to spend. You don't go in for a service, pay them to fuck it up, and spend more trying to fix it. That's not how it works. I hate bad customer service like this.
So I wanted to come on here and give a little bit of an update and put some closure to this whole hair situation that happened. First, I just want to say that I feel incredibly blessed. The amount of support that I have received has been insanely overwhelming in the best way possible. So many knowledgeable and incredible women and hairstylists have reached out and really just given me so much information on how to move forward. On top of that, a bunch of brands have been great. They've offered to send a ton of product, and I really do feel like I'm in the best possible hands to get this restarted or just to help the situation. But one thing that has been very eye-opening from this entire experience is the amount of women that are dealing with severe hair loss or damage or trauma. I've heard from women that have dealt with situations like me and had a really horrible salon experience and their hair never grew back. I've heard from women that have dealt with alopecia, are currently dealing with alopecia. I've heard from women that, went through the process of chemotherapy and their hair never even grew back, or they just had to shave it and they didn't feel good about themselves and it was just a traumatic experience. I've even heard from women that had chemical reactions or are dealing with anemia or iron deficiencies and just really struggle with their hair. And it made me realize that although this situation and this experience has been so difficult for me personally, one, it could have been worse, and two, I am in a privileged enough situation to have the resources, to have the support, honestly, just to have options, and a lot of other women don't, which brings me.
Yeah, it's so true. And it is fine to be pissed off and angry when something bad happens to you, no matter what position you are in. But she's right. At least she has those resources and, brands are approaching her and saying, let's help you fix it. A lot of people don't have that outreach,
Into the resolution part of this whole thing. The salon has reached out and offered compensation, and I have been thinking about how to proceed for the past few days because you guys have been giving me such incredible insight on next steps and what to do and what measures to take. With everything going on in the world right now, I've really been thinking about intention and what feels right to me. So with all of that being said, I have asked the hair salon to take all of the compensation that they were going to give me and donate the entire proceeds to an organization or a specialist or a company that helps women or specializes in helping women that are dealing with hair loss, whether that is alopecia or someone that's gone through chemotherapy or just.
I mean, I would have taken that money and done a donation myself. I don't really trust this salon, but that's good.
Have dealt with extreme hair loss for some sort of reason, like that's where I want to focus these funds towards. They've also offered to send me wigs, and I just want everything to be donated.
Done.
So this is where I need your help. If you know any organizations, brands, stylists, companies that specialize in medical grade wigs and solutions for severe and extreme damage or hair loss, please let me know. You can DM me, you can tag them here under this video. I just want to make sure that the funds go somewhere that will genuinely help other women. Also, if you or someone that you know is dealing with this type of hair loss and could benefit from one of these medical grade wigs or treatments, I don't know, I have to look further into it, but reach out as well. If after all of this, something truly positive came from the situation, it would make me so happy, and that's the goal. That's what I want from all of this. I know this is another long video. I'm sorry for all that, but I just wanted to make sure I really explained where I was coming from and how I want to move forward. So I appreciate you guys again. Thank you so much. And
I love how on these short form content platforms, they're like, sorry, this is so long, it's like 2 minutes long. It's like, listen, I'm out here trying to make 20-30 minute videos for YouTube. This is great. Listen, what really surprises me the most about this is that somebody who works in a salon who did this to her hair doesn't realize how important hair is to people. How can you work in hair? How can your profession be in the beauty industry and you not realize how certain parts of beauty, certain parts of people's bodies, certain parts of people's appearances mean a lot to them, especially hair. Hair is such a big deal to so many people. How do you not realize that when you're working with hair? That baffles me. Okay, what a great thing to do. I love that she's having everything donated, everything like that. And I'm glad that I mean, her hair looks incredible now. So I'm glad we've got somewhere with that. Businesses, I always say this. You know, I mentioned this before. I have a playlist on this channel called, it's like businesses behaving badly. The longest playlist, because businesses do not know when to quit or when to like compensate the right way or how to treat customers the right way. All right, what would you do here in this situation? Have you been in that situation when a salon fucked up your hair? This happened to me once in the US. Thank you so much for joining me. Consider subscribing, give this video a thumbs up. I will see you very, very soon.